And we are back again, gents. Now, remember the pork butt that I had? Yeah. Well, here she is. Let's go ahead and start cutting everything up and deboning it because this is bone-in. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, gents. So I got 5.2 pounds in here, and which is 23.27, I believe that's what it was in grams. I'll leave the calculator on the description below. As always, you can go ahead and enter the weight in pounds. It'll convert it into grams. And then on the other side, it'll automatically bring out the exact formula that you're wanting for this exact recipe. So let's go ahead and start cutting this thing up into little cubes and feed it into the grinder. Let's go. Now, I went ahead and I put the pork back into the freezer. Make sure it's nice and cold. Now, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and select these peppers. It's going to be 7 guajillos, 7 anchos, and 10 de árbol. All right. Again, guys, everything is going to be the entire ratio and everything, percentages, whatever. It's all going to be on that calculator in the description below. Try to make it as best as I possibly can. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and take the stems out, and we are going to de-seed them. We do not want any of the seeds. Okay. So we're going to do that for all of them. So we're going to do this to all the chilies in here, man. Now that we got that going, we're going to go ahead and put these peppers right in here. Let the natural oils get them. That way it can be extracted real nice and good. Now, you're not going to get rid of all the seeds, man. It's almost impossible to get all the seeds out. But, you know, you can go ahead and give it a shot, see what it does. But at least for the time being, this is what we're going to go ahead and do. Now with this, I'm going to go ahead and just spin it around a little bit, making sure that all of them are getting nice. And oh man, you can even start smelling it right now. You'll be able to smell it, man, like right away. I'm smelling it right now. See, some of the seeds are coming out, but that's all right. Growing a plant inside you never hurt anybody. This reminds me a lot of tamales, bro. I don't know if I've made a video of it here, but I'll be sure to go ahead and make some tamales this coming winter. All right, now that we got this going, let's go ahead and add some water. I'm going to put it right over here for the time being. Make sure nothing gets burnt up. And we're going to turn this bad boy off. And all we're doing right now is rehydrating the peppers. That's it. You know how they're real nice and dry right now? Well, this is going to do the opposite. It's going to rehydrate them, make them real nice and pliable. And we're going to leave it here for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. So we'll be back. There we go. Now that we got everything nice and going, make sure that this is nice and frozen just the way that we got it right now. Make sure it's nice and tight. And let's go ahead and cut this down. There we go. So now I went ahead and I got all the peppers. I strained them, make sure that there was no leftover water. We're gonna pour it right in. I mean, you're gonna have some leftover water. It is what it is. No worries. Now it's time to blend this bad boy up. There we go. Now comes the fun part. Remember that apple cider vinegar? Yeah, we got it right here, bro. And we're gonna go ahead and let me see how this works. There we go. We're gonna add it right here slowly. All right, boys, meat is nice and cold. I ended up freezing this a little bit too, making sure that it's not gonna burn anything up or start cooking the meat at all. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and start adding some seasonings. Now, if you're watching this, Two Guys in Cooler, I'm sorry, man, if I didn't add all the fragrances that you did, but some of them can be a little bit overpowering for me and my wife. You know, so I just had to remove a couple things here and there. But anyways, cumin or cumino right in here. Garlic powder, salt, black pepper, oregano, and thyme. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and add our chili paste in here. Let's go ahead and add it in here. This already has everything, the chilies, it has the vinegar, absolutely everything, man. So now, time to do the dirty work. Oh yeah, bro. Now because this thing is gonna be, because this thing has a lot of vinegar in here, it's not gonna be tacky like regular sausages where you can grab the meat and put it like this and then it's gonna fall off. It's not gonna happen. This has vinegar, which is an acid, and it's just not gonna allow it to do that. In fact, it's gonna cure it. All right. So let's continue to do this, man. My hands are freezing, bro. So after about, I don't know, like 7 minutes of kneading, you start getting all the fragrances of the traditional chorizo. At first, I thought the color was going to be a little bit too dark, but again, as you start kneading more and more and more, it's really starting to come out the way that the color should be. So this is very, very good news. You start to smell everything, all the seasonings, the chilies, everything, man. Now, my hand is probably numb by now because I can't feel the cold anymore, man. I really got to get a mixer. All right, so it looks like it's pretty good. Again, the fragrance is right there, man. It's phenomenal. Now, last time, if you guys haven't seen the other chorizo video that I made right over here, what I ended up doing is I cased them in, regular hot casings, just like, you see at the supermarkets for chorizo. The problem with that is that I didn't leave this to cure for 3 to 7 days like Mr. Two Guys in a Cooler did. And I know why. When I cased it up and I put it, into baggies or whatever, what ended up happening is that after a few days, it started collecting a lot of that moisture. So that has to be discarded, right? So that's why he recommends to go ahead and leave this to cure for 3 to 7 days or so that all of that liquid that comes out, and it will come out by a lot, needs to be discarded, and then you're left with the purest chorizo that you can get. So for now, let's go ahead and let it cure in the fridge for 3 to 7 days or so, and then we'll case them. After a couple of days, folks, here it is. Now, the majority of this, we already put it into individual bags or links or whatever, froze them. They'll be good for a very long time. So now we have about, I want to say about a pound, right? So let's go ahead and get to stuffing. Bro, the aroma on this thing, it's phenomenal. So we're just gonna put it in there. It's not a lot of sausage. I think in here it's about a pound. So not a whole lot. That vinegar right there, bro, makes all the difference in the world. All right. Put it in there. Same thing, just like regular sausages, folks. I only need about 1 link of this. Well, just one. I only need about 1 casing for this entire ordeal, since it's not a whole lot. But obviously, if you're gonna make more or whatever, go ahead and start using a lot more. But in my case, this is all I'm gonna need. This is not going to be nice and plump or anything like that, because remember, guys, the vinegar is already inside. So that's what it is, folks. Join me next week to see what we're going to use this on the next cook, because trust me, you're really going to love it. All right, guys, be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Later, guys.